This is Jack and
MT.
And we are Frankly Speaking. Welcome back. We're here at the URC. We're Frankly Speaking. I'm Jack. This is
MT.
And we got some football. So we finna get into these week 2 picks and then do a recap of what happened in week 1.
Week 2, Bills at Dolphins.
I'm gonna go Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Dolphins. I just gotta be devil's advocate here because Josh Allen is too much of a risk taker for me.
49ers at Vikings.
You better not say Vikings.
Man, I'm gonna go 49ers.
Oh, there we go.
I'm a Bears fan, not a Vikings fan.
That's a shoe-in Vikings. 49ers.
Giants Commanders.
That's a stellar dweller game right there. But I'm gonna say Commanders.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Commanders too.
Seahawks at Patriots.
That's
I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
I'm gonna take the Patriots. I am.
They messed my parlay up last week, so yeah, I need them to lose.
Chargers at Bears.
Chargers.
That's too easy.
Yeah, 2. Take it, candy from baby.
Saints at Cowboys.
I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
That's an interesting one. They
put up 40. The Saints put up 47 last week. I don't think they can do it again.
I'm gonna go Saints anyway because the Cowboys they can't stop a run.
Colts at Packers.
I'm gonna go Colts.
Yeah, we don't have any Jordan Love, so you gotta go Colts. Yeah.
Malik Willis for the hell.
I'm not impressed. He didn't.
Browns at Jaguars.
I'm gonna go Jags.
Is anybody coming back this week? No, so we gotta go Jaguars because I'm thinking that.
Yeah, you got Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but we don't have Nick Chubb though. He's the equalizer in that backfield. Keep everybody
Aaron
out.
likes throwing the ball anyway, but all right.
Jets at Titans.
I'm gonna go Jets. I think this would be the get right game for Aaron.
I'm gonna go Jets too.
Dang, man, you just gonna take all my picks, huh?
I'm just using common sense here. It's
not all of them.
Bucks at Lions.
Lions, of course.
Who playing at home?
Lions at home.
Conventional wisdom says Baker's gonna be all okay, but they're not gonna be able to stop that run.
You know what? I'm gonna take the Lions, but I think it's gonna be close.
Well, the Lions make it close because they like exciting games, I guess. That's all I got.
I think it's gonna be kind of like what it was, maybe even a little closer than what it was that last game, because that last game was an emotional game for Detroit.
30-21, Lions.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 26-23.
Raiders at Ravens.
I'm gonna go Ravens.
You have to go Ravens.
Rams at Cardinals.
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna go Rams.
Yeah, I was gonna go Rams too because
I think that's a get right game for them.
Eagles at Chiefs.
you got to be a blind man to say.
Yeah, you
that's
got
the Chiefs.
Kansas City there.
Eagles at Broncos.
I'm gonna go Broncos. Russell might be back, but the Steelers don't seem to be in sync to me at all.
He's not gonna be back. Justin's gonna be starting. I'm a ride with the Steelers.
Bears at Texans.
I'm a ride with my babies. Bear down. It's a tall task, but I don't think, just like we haven't seen an offense like what Houston has, they ain't seen a defense like ours either. So it's if Caleb could settle in and get his stuff together.
Ifs and buts were coconuts, right? I'm just gonna say Texas.
I mean, ride with who you ride with, but I'm just giving my opinion. And my opinion is if Caleb gets, he settles in and gets more than 1.2 seconds to throw the damn ball and people stop dropping passes and stuff like that, I think we'll be all right. I think the week 1 jitters will be off. Now it's still gonna be a tall task because we're gonna be on the road and it's a prime time game. But hey, man, I'm riding with him.
I'm just saying, when you roll with a rookie, you gotta take your lumps. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, we gonna take our lumps and still come out with a dub like last week.
They may score a touchdown this week. The Bears may. But that kicker gonna have a sore leg at the end of the game though. So he probably have like 24 points. It's gonna be a bunch of kickoffs, a bunch of field goals for them. And if they can't stop, I'm gonna go 30-24. I'm not gonna give them total blowout unless they start getting blown out early and he starts panicking and starts chucking the ball everywhere.
I mean, we was down 17-3 at the half.
You were.
And came back and won 24-17. So I don't know. I think we put up. I don't know. That score is I'm gonna have to get back to you on a score prediction. Like I'm gonna really have to analyze that game because Houston does have a really nice offense, but damn it, our defense is. I mean, you've seen it.
Your defense can be run on though. That's the bottom line.
Falcons at
Eagles.
Falcons at Eagles. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles too. All right. So, the week 1 recap. The Chiefs opened up the season against Baltimore with a win. The Eagles just barely beat the Green Bay Packers.
Crazy.
The Saints ran through the Panthers, and Bryce Young looked cooked. I ain't gonna lie, he looked bad, man. He looks like what Justin Fields looked like, what Mitch Trubisky looked like them first couple years where he just couldn't see the field. Giants are so bad, man. They make Sam Darnold look like vintage John Elway late in his career. He won his rings.
They've already cashed it in.
It's rough. The game that ruined my parlay, Cincy lost to the Patriots. Cincy went to damn New England and only managed to put up 10 points.
And I'll say this again, Joe Burrow is not quite back yet.
He need to shave his head. We need Joe Ice, not Slim Shady. That's not who we need, man. The Steelers beat Atlanta off Justin Fields' inability to read the field and a bunch of field goals, but a win is a win, I guess.
I still think Russell will be back this week, though.
Yeah, and I already said it. They riding with Justin.
Well, we'll see what happens. I just don't have any faith in Atlanta at all. I really don't.
In the game we were talking about earlier, the Texans won a really close one against the division rival Colts. My takeaway from that game is Anthony Richardson is going to be Taysom Hill. Like, he's going to be a really good athlete, but as far as a quarterback, I don't think he's all that. The Dolphins narrowly beat Jacksonville after Tyreek Hill almost got arrested before the game.
He was distracted.
The Seahawks beat the Broncos.
Another game I didn't even
watch. The game plan for that game is so crazy because it's Bo Nix's first game and the game plan was to throw 42 times. It's like, all right, hey man, until Sean Payton realizes Drew Brees ain't coming through them locker room doors, it's gonna be rough. The new look Chargers beat the Raiders. Straight rushing attack. I'm going to put out a little stat for y'all. Justin Herbert was 17 for 26 with 144 yards and a touchdown. Gardner Minshew was 25 for 33 with 257 yards and a touchdown.
And a loss.
It's crazy because they could move the ball. They just can't get in the end zone. Mm-hmm. Cowboys blew the doors off Cleveland. Deshaun Watson looked cooked. The worst part of it is Cleveland stuck in purgatory while Baker Mayfield balling down in Tampa. And the Houston Texans rebuilt the franchise so fast they look better than what they did when they had Deshaun Watson. And Cleveland is just stuck.
When does Nick Chubb come back? Just out of curiosity.
I have no clue.
You don't really, it's like he's a guy that you don't know he's gone. What you miss until he's gone.
He's gone every year.
That's true.
When was the last time Nick Chubb had a full season?
Has he ever had a full season?
Anyway, speaking of Baker Mayfield, I expect Tampa Bay to run away with that division, just as they ran away with a victory. Now, let me pull out his stat line, right? 24 for 30, 289 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's about as clean of a game as you could ask.
That's sick.
You know what I mean?
That to me is old Aaron Rodgers-esque.
It's funny that you bring up Aaron Rodgers because that's the next game. 49ers beat the Jets on Monday Night Football, which outside of delusional Jets fan, everybody kind of expected. And my takeaway from that game is this kind of what happens when people don't show up to critical training camp and, you know, critical practices and, you know, things of that nature where you're supposed to be on the field working out the kinks, getting the rust knocked off, you know what I mean? And you just taking your personal life because you get like Brandon Ayuk drop touchdowns in the end zone when you would be squeezing that ball when you were in training camp, or
That's
you get
true.
Aaron Rodgers missing throws, and you know. So
I said to myself, Christian McCaffrey wasn't even there.
no, and then they had the young kid come out and ball like it. I ain't gonna lie, that
That's
49ers,
a two-pronged attack now. When he
But-
gets back, it's going to be sick.
but that I don't know because
It's going to be like the Lions.
it
Pick your poison.
okay. Anyway, now we gonna get into the bread and butter in week 1. So we got Bears Lions, right?
Mhm.
Which one do you want to start with?
Start with the Bears because I like the good laugh.
All right. Do you like a good laugh, even though we got a dub? Okay. So where's your good laugh in the Bears?
All-world quarterback Caleb Williams was like about as mundane as Sam Darnold was with the Jets.
You want me to tell you a couple people who had worse debuts and losses?
No.
Josh Allen. Well, I'll tell you anyway.
Okay.
So Josh Allen was 3 for 13 with like 8-9 yards and an interception in his debut. And everybody considers him a top 5 quarterback.
Had Josh Allen just won the Heisman? Just out of curiosity. Oh, no, he didn't.
I
He
don't
did.
believe so.
Okay, I was just checking because Caleb was like a world beater.
What does the Heisman have to do with anything?
He was considered the shoe-in, the world beater, and I was like, not so fast. Not so fast. Oh, he tore the preseason up. Not so fast.
No one was saying he tore the preseason up. He threw 50% accuracy.
But they were just, oh, look at him, and he's going to be even better when the season starts. And I'm like,
He's going to be great.
not this year.
Can you give him more than a game?
I'm not.
Or you just
I'm going to give
you
him this
just a
season.
hater?
I'm going to give
Or
him this.
are you
I'm going to
just a
give him
hater?
this season.
You're gonna give him his rookie year.
I'm going to give him this season
you're
to
gonna
learn.
you're gonna give him his rookie year. That's it. That's all he get.
Because the game has to slow down for him first. And that's going to take a minute. He's not going to be what everybody, I mean, he's not going to be a Johnny Football. I'm not going to be that bad. But I'm saying he's not going to be what everybody thought he was going to be.
First of all, it's hard to be a Johnny Football. You literally have to not try to get better at football to be a Johnny Manziel. To be what's my man name in Oakland? Jamarcus Russell. to be a Jamarcus Russell, you literally have to try not to get better at football. So it like two things, right? A, he didn't turn the football over. So irregardless to what you think you saw, or did you actually watch the game, or did you just watch? Okay.
I did.
Okay. So you saw how fast those interior linemen were.
I did.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
People,
One of the things
didn't-
that I took away from that
Didn't I
game.
say this last season that the pro game is so much faster than the college game? We got any tape we can roll back on that? I told you that. He is not going to do it in the pro way he did in college.
Okay, that has nothing to do with him. That has to do with our offensive line actually holding up for more than 1.7 seconds.
You can base Matthew Stafford's first 10 years on that same concept.
Well, to be fair, he was getting the ball out the fastest of any quarterback, like as far as snap to throw. So he's seeing the field. He's in the right places, and he acknowledged that he played bad. Like it wasn't like he got to the locker room and it's like, oh well, I'm not affected. He's like, hey man, I know I got to play better.
I was wondering why
I'm
they,
gonna
why
play
they
better.
interviewed him at all. I'm like, why is he on the?
Because he's a franchise quarterback. What are you talking about?
Had a mediocre game, and he had to acknowledge that we won, but not because of me. And I'm like,
It was a
Thank you.
So you're not human. You're not allowed to have a bad game.
I'm just saying, when you're a franchise quarterback with all the hype, you
So
getting
MT, out of all the times you done played basketball, you've never had a bad game.
I had some terrible games in my
All right
days.
then. So it happens.
But I wasn't getting paid $1 gazillion, and I didn't have the world on my shoulders. for expectation.
See, your quarterback is the one getting paid $1 gazillion.
But what I'm saying is this. He came in with this expectation and all this hype. Oh, we're going
It's
to the...
one game.
Well,
You're the same person talking about it was a bunch of stinkers in week 1, and then we get to this game and this. Oh, he was supposed to do this, that, and the third. God damn.
all I'm
Hey,
saying is...
guess what? Did we win?
Yeah, but
Because of what?
in spite of him, they won.
We are a whole football team. Every phase is a part of one football team.
Mhm.
So the other thing that I took away from this football game was the fact that so many times last year we were winning games and couldn't figure out a way to close it out. We were losing a game at halftime and figured out not only how to get ourselves back in it, how to seal the deal, when to apply pressure, and how to close the game out. That was good from many phases, even though, okay, the offense didn't have the biggest day or the best day. We have 4 phases of the game
Mhm.
because you have special teams, you have defense, you have offense, but you have coaching. So many times last year, I saw the coaching fail us in times of crisis. It seemed like that was to turn a corner. Now, when you want to talk about your Lions, the supposed contenders, the darlings of the NFC North,
They took their foot off the gas.
I felt
That's
like
what I saw.
I felt like it was more of an emotional thing than anything.
I think it was.
Uh,
But I looked at the fact that they struggled mightily in the second half, and then they just steamrolled in overtime. I was like, why did they not run more in the second half?
so the crazy thing is, y'all tried to give that game away so many times.
And the Rams didn't want it.
Well, I mean, a drop pick that just, because dude threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter. He just couldn't come down with the second one. Now, this world beater offense, because the defense is garbage. Those defensive backs got torched all day.
Okay.
It looks the same as it did last year.
So that's not a problem you got to deal with Chicago, though, huh? Because you got a different quarterback.
We got great defensive backs.
I'm talking about our defense's back versus your quarterback. That won't be an issue.
It's one game. You don't know what he's gonna be. It's been one game.
Well,
you don't.
I'm going to take a wait and see posture. I'm going to take a wait and see
take
posture.
whatever you.
But I am not
whatever you wanna
optimistic
take.
about
And I'm not optimistic.
Caleb Williams.
I'm not optimistic about the Detroit Lions. I don't see it. I don't see this world beater offense that you guys are supposed to. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 3 catches for 13 yards. I am pissed I drafted him in fantasy.
Wow.
Like, what are we doing?
Well,
You're supposed to be, this is what you turn up with a month after you get paid. This is what we got. The Jamison Williams game. Who drafted him? Smart guy. Smart guy. Because what are we doing? 3 catches for 13 yards.
wow. What can I say?
Jared Goff only completed 18 passes the entire game. And a lot of those, like the yards look good. And this is why I try to tell people stats don't tell the whole story. Because the yards look decent, but a lot of those yards were in garbage time. And you couldn't close the game out. You literally won that game because you won the coin toss after overtime. That's literally it. If the Rams win that coin toss in overtime, we could be talking about a completely different game, a completely different outcome. Now, again, you say ifs, ands, and buts. Okay, I get it, right? But I don't see this championship contender world beater offense. I asked this question. I don't, just the same way you're gonna take this wait and see approach. I'm gonna say, like, okay, maybe this was the emotional game. Matthew Stafford coming back. It's not a playoff game, even though it kind of seemed like a playoff atmosphere.
It did.
Because the game was close last year, too, when y'all played in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that. Maybe it was you got David Montgomery crying in the post-game interview. I can't do nothing without God. So I give you that. Maybe it was just an emotional game. But if you come out and you struggle against that Tampa Bay defense,
which I'm not anticipating at all.
It was a close game last year.
Yeah, I understand that.
It was a close game last year. I'm just saying, Jared Goff is kind of the kinks starting to show in the armor. Ben Johnson offense, the kinks starting to show in the armor. Is it?
We'll see. We'll see.
Not because the question that I asked is this going to be the year that people start to figure out that offense? Is this the year that we start to see Jared Goff revert back into the him that didn't work with Sean McVay?
Well,
I
still say that our offense is not going to be predicated on Jared Goff as much as much as the running game is.
Oh yeah, of course. Now you do got two pretty good. Well, I'll give you one really good running back and one pretty decent running back when he can stay healthy.
What that's going to
Montgomery still is injury prone.
What that's going to do is when you got those two guys playing smash mouth and speed football the way they are, going to take off the top for Jameson Williams. You start having that corner and those safeties looking in that backfield.
You sure? Because I saw a bunch of underthrown balls.
There were.
That's literally the two interceptions that he threw, even though he only got credit for one. But there were two underthrown balls. You think you're first of all, you're doing this against, and I just want to point out that Aiden Hutchinson literally only got home one time, literally at the very end of regulation, like the last 3 seconds of like the regulation.
When it counted.
If you say so. But
I'm just saying this.
So you
give me Jared Goff over Caleb Williams all day, every day.
You sound like an idiot, sir. So if you were starting your franchise today, you're taking Jared Goff over Caleb Williams.
I am.
Boy, I need some of what you smoking.
Did you see what his stats were last year as far as yardage and all that stuff?
Again, stats don't tell the whole truth.
No, but those stats got them to within one game
because
of the Super Bowl.
No, what got him in one play of the Super Bowl was the coaching. Ben Johnson, do you not remember what Jared Goff looked like when he had Eric Fisher?
Do you not remember those two drop balls on fourth down?
I don't care.
Would have made us win the game against Frisco.
Here you go with the ifs. When it's me, it's, the ifs, ands, and buts. But when it's you, it's, we were this close. Drop the banner for almost getting to the Super Bowl. So now, again, answer my question. Do we not remember what Jared Goff looked like before he got Sean McVay?
Yes, I do, but
you sure?
I'm going to make a blanket statement.
Are you sure?
The Lions are going to make the Super Bowl before the Bears. You heard it here first, people. Do you argue with that?
Can I argue with it?
No, you can't. You could, but it wouldn't be a very good argument.
You couldn't do it when it was literally like here. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. That was the closest you had ever been.
Make the Super Bowl before the Bears.
And I can make a prediction. That would probably be the closest you'll ever get.
Well, I'm just saying.
You've never been that close before.
I'm just saying.
Like, and then the crazy thing is, we can't even get a symmetrical, definitive answer when it comes to how Lion fans feel. Because on one hand, it's like, I don't care we didn't go to the Super Bowl because, if we had lost, then da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay, but you've never even been able to say, I represented the NFC, not just the NFC North. Like, I won the entire NFC to be able to go to the Super Bowl and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. You've never been able to say that.
No, I can't. How long ago was it when you did it?
Who cares?
I just want to make sure.
Who cares? Because that's not what the conversation is right now. We're talking about the who. Mm-hmm. We talking about the Lions, not the Bears.
But I'm projecting forward here. I know we had a sordid history and a sordid past. The Lions will make the Super Bowl before the Bears.
And I can
I'm looking
make
forward.
I can make the same projection that you'll never get as close as you got again. Because
So-
I don't think this team currently is as good as it was last year.
And do you think then that, given that what you just told me, that the Bears are going to make the Super Bowl here real soon?
I do. Because I don't think the Lions make the Super Bowl within the next few years. And I think our Super Bowl window is opening. By the time your Super Bowl window is starting to close, because those contracts come too expensive to, you got to foot the bill. Eventually, the rubber meets the road, so to speak. Our Super Bowl window will be opening.
So let me get this straight then. I'm going to see if I can get these viewers here to understand what we're going through here.
I think we're a playoff team this year.
You're telling me I can't judge Caleb Williams on one game, but you can judge the Lions defense on one game.
No, your Lions defense looked exactly the same as it did the entirety of last year. Your team didn't change. What changed about your team other than the 2 rookie corners that got torched? They gave up 300 yards.
Well, we did get another DE opposite.
And what did he do? Because you didn't get home. You managed to get 1.5 sacks that whole game.
They managed to pressure him, though. He got pressured a lot that game.
Oh, so that's what we're going off of?
Well,
I got close.
pressure
I almost got there.
was what you said.
I almost got there.
Such a lousy quarterback.
No, they were getting home.
Oh.
Caleb was getting hit. And again, our team don't look like what it looked like last year. Your team looks worse than what it looked last year.
So you're gonna base that on one game, though, right?
Hey, if we're basing it, if you can project Caleb Williams' entire career based off one game, yeah, that's my one game synopsis.
Okay. All I'm saying is Caleb Williams will never win a Super Bowl. You heard it here first.
Neither were Jared Goff. And the Lions never have won a Super Bowl and probably never will.
I'm gonna take
a
wait and see posture.
Make sure you can take whatever approach you want to take. That's not gonna change anything. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Y'all might not like me. I don't care. It is what it is.
Are we playing devil's advocate this year?
I'm just going off based on what I see. I have way more game footage of watching this Detroit Lions team than you have of watching Caleb Williams.
This is true. And what I saw, I was not impressed.
So we're both going to take a wait and see approach. Because I think it's just a game. You think it's just a game. But, hey, that's the beautiful thing about it. You got to go out and play the games.
Play the games.
Bear down. We're Frankly Speaking. I'm Jack. This is MT. We out of here. Bear down.